Welcome to the Shearwalls online tutorial videos. In this last video of the series, we will explain the seismic information and seismic irregularities tables from the design results. Using the same model from previous tutorials, we have added 4 additional stories and modified the configuration of wall 1-1 on level 3 for the purpose of this example. Since the main topic of this video is related to the seismic design, we will only generate seismic loads. The project file is available in the description below. Immediately after running the design, a warning pops up stating that a type 6 irregularity was detected. We will further discuss irregularities in a moment. So far, we have talked about the wind-related tables. For seismic design, let's step back and look at 2 tables that are specific to this design. There are 2 additional sections: seismic information and seismic irregularities. The seismic information includes the mass used to calculate the seismic forces. As an aside, the mass can be edited in the generated loads input. More importantly, a summary of the Storey shear and shear capacity for each level is displayed. This really becomes important for 3-story and higher structures, where CSA 086 11.8.3.2 requires that the overcapacity of the second story compared to the overcapacity of the first story is no more than 1.2 and no less than 0.9. For interest, the table reports the overcapacity for each story, but then determines if the ratio of the overcapacity of the second story to first story is appropriate. This is an important check which is meant to ensure that a soft story condition doesn't occur in either the first or second story, which analysis has shown to be the most important. Since all the story overcapacities are shown in the table, you could design the structure so that no consecutive stories have significant overcapacity differences. Finally, seismic irregularities, per NBC table 4.1.8.6, are summarized here. Make sure you refer to the numerous notes that describe what the irregularity is. Some irregularities are not detected by the software, notably irregularity 8 and 9, as the software does not permit non-orthogonal walls or gravity-induced irregularities. These show not applicable. If an irregularity is detected, the table will list where in the structure it is located and whether the irregularity fails. Sometimes irregularities are detected but do not cause a failure, and that is reported in the Irregular For columns. The Fails For column indicates that for your structure, the existence of that particular irregularity is not permitted. This could be that the equivalent static force procedure is not permitted and a dynamic procedure is needed, or that the irregularity is not permitted at all for this building height. For example, NBC 4.1.8.10 does not allow 5 and 6-story light frame structures to have any type 4 or 5 irregularities if this equation is equal or greater to 0.35. If you have a 5 or 6-story structure and one of these irregularities is detected, the program warns us that the irregularity exists, but also that it fails. If the same irregularity existed and the structure was 4 stories, the irregularity would be noted, but the Fails For column would still remain as none.